I'm also joined at the moment by Narayan Lakshman, joins me of the Hindu. Before we go to Mr. Gurumurthy, Narayan, just to get from you how this all plays out, because when I look at, and I'm going to put the Lok Sabha 2019 Tamil Nadu seat share, the DMK swept the elections in 2019 Lok Sabha, 38 seats, AIADMK 1 seat. The DMK Congress alliance with smaller parties had 53%, AIADMK 30%. Switch to 2021 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. The DMK had 159 seats. The vote share was about 45.38%. The AIADMK seat share at that time was 75 with a vote share of 39.7%. When I look at Lok Sabha 2024, Narayan, again, it was a domination of the DMK. They swept the state 39-0 with a vote share of 46. AIADMK 23, but the BJP on its own or with smaller parties got 18%. Add the two, it would be closer. What's your sense? Is this alliance being dictated in a way, Narayan, by the arithmetic of it? If AIADMK and BJP come together, they have half a chance. Otherwise, it would be DMK all the way.
Yes, Rajdeep, I think it's very much about the arithmetic, but there is also the aspect of, what is the balance of power between these parties? What is the trend and which way is it, heading in the future? So let's look at both. If you look at the actual numbers, as you said, certainly the DMK has been in pole position for at least the last 3 elections, 2 of them Lok Sabha, 1 state assembly, and they have dominated across the state. So regions that were traditionally, considered to be the strongholds of the AIADMK, the Tevar regions, etc., the DMK has done well across many of them. And that indicates a level of weakness within the ADMK's sort of electioneering machine that needs either a severe rectification or it needs a partnership. It needs another ally to come on board to lift those numbers up. And so therein you come to the second aspect, which is that the BJP, obviously expanding its footprint across the country in many states through state assembly and Lok Sabha elections, has hit a wall in many ways in Tamil Nadu for multiple elections. And it sees the AIADMK now as a potential ally, which is in a position to actually tie up with the BJP because its own leadership has got consolidated under Edappadi Palaniswamy. So the BJP was very careful to go its own way at certain points when there was a real question mark and a fracture within the AIADMK in the aftermath of Jayalalitha's passing, where Edappadi Palaniswamy, had all these struggles and conflicts and internal strife with other members of his party, OPS and others. But that has been obviously set aside now, and Edappadi has a clear mandate to govern his own party, making the AIADMK a much better partner for the BJP. Right. And that again lends credence in terms of concrete discussions, in terms of seat sharing. So I think the arithmetic front and center, but also which party brings what to the table in terms of contesting the election and winning.
But the truth is that, Narayan, the AIADMK after Jayalalitha's death has struggled to remain this dominant force. Its vote share has fallen. It has found different leaders squabbling with each other. There was the Sashikala faction. There was the O. Paneerselvam faction. There is the faction led by Palaniswamy. Are you saying that they are now far more consolidated and therefore in a better position to challenge the DMK in this election next year?
That's a really good question, Rajdeep. When it goes to the heart of what the Tamil voter wants and expects from the people governing the state, and that is they want strong centralized leadership. Yes, of course, couched within a democratic ethos and couched within the idiom of the Dravidian movement, which is about federalism, federal politics, but about state autonomy. And as you know, Tamil Nadu over the last 50 years and more has fiercely shouted for state autonomy and has fought for its rights. So the people, the voters here expect a strong leader who can actually take that fight to New Delhi, who can sit boldly at the negotiating table and talk about everything from a fair share of central resources in terms of tax revenue sharing to language, Hindi imposition, language issues, and other major concerns that have been part of the culture and psyche of the state. And I think despite Palaniswamy actually, in the court system, navigating his conflict and coming out the winner, he is still, I believe, perceived by voters as not yet having attained the comparable status to MK Stalin, which is have a party that is firmly behind you and you are capable of leading it successfully through an election. So there is always a fear that EPS, as he's called, may in the future suffer, or maybe at the receiving
Right.
end of conflict within the party. So, the Sasikala factor, the OPS factor, these have not really gone away just because a court with the signing of a pen, with a stroke of a pen, has actually, passed a judgment to bring it all under EPS. I don't think these fights have gone away, and the people know that. And therefore, you do see this perceptible difference, as you correctly put it, between the DMK's dominant position politically vis-a-vis the ADMK, and indeed, it's a question that the BJP will have to ask as well. Now,
in a moment, I'll be joined by S. Gurumurthy, but one quick final question to you, therefore, Narayan Lakshman. In recent times, the DMK has taken on the center and tried to build build their identity over standing for Tamil pride. How will that fit in with the AIADMK choosing now to align with the BJP? Will this election, therefore, next year, according to you, be between a party which claims to stand for Tamil pride versus another party which claims to stand possibly for building a better equation with the center? Quick answer.
Well, the quick answer is, Rajdeep, everyone in the state again knows about how both the DMK and the ADMK have played the politics of convenience and allied with the BJP whenever it is required, expediency has required it. So I don't think they'll hold that against the ADMK so much, but I think they will be focused on how much is the BJP dictating the terms of the deal versus has EPS really put himself in the driving seat, and he's just using this alliance to boost the ADMK to its former state of glory. Now, a lot of people may question whether that's actually possible, given the balance of power between the two new allies. But this is this is possibly EPS's last chance to actually vault back into a real competition with the DMK, which for the last few years has not been happening.
Okay. Narayan Lakshman joining me there to give us an explanation as to why this alliance has happened at the time that it has.